Have you ever stayed up all night worrying about a problem only to wake up feeling even tired and no closer to a solution? A.J. Cronin once said, "Worry never saps tomorrow of its sorrow; it only saps today's of its strength." Cronin's quote emphasized that worrying does not solve future problems, and instead it drains us of the energy and focus we need to face challenges today. I completely agree with the statement that actually worry creates a cycle of unproductive stress that leaves us exhausted rather than prepared. Preview of examples that I will explore this through a personal experience with worry and anxiety, and the psychological effects of chronic worrying, and how actually focus on the present can lead to a real solution. First, reflect on a time when worrying consumed your thought and left you feeling powerless. For example, I once worried excessively about an important test, spending days imagining the worst. And instead of studying effectively, what happened, my worry left me drained, and I performed poorly on the test because I was not fully prepared. I was more busy thinking about the negative outcome, like, oh, what happened if I did not pass the exam? What happened if I did not get the grade that I want? I spent more time actually thinking about this rather than actually like focusing about like how to like really prepare for the exam, and how to like really study, and how to like really set an academic plan, an academic to-do list of what to like how to like practice, and how to like study and focus more about like the material itself. Rather than that, I spent days and nights before the test of like, oh my god, what will happen if I did not get the grade that I want? What will happen if I did not pass? What will happen if that happened? What will happen if that? And then this series of like negative thoughts create a whole negative energy, and it make my brain drains out and really exhausted, really not even I cannot even comprehend a 2 hours, like a 2 hour straight of study, and it was horrible. So this actually shows how worry saps our strength without changing the outcome. Now let's look at what science says about the effect of the chronic worrying. Research shows that the chronic worry increases stress hormones, leading to physical and mental exhaustion. For example, psychologists describe rumination as a word where we reply problems in our minds without solving them, leaving us stuck in a loop of anxiety. And instead of protecting us from future sorrow, worry makes it harder to think clearly and act decisively. Thankfully, there is a way to break this cycle, to break free from worriness and anxiety and depression and being stressed all the time, by actually focusing on the present, by actually focusing at that moment. Practicing mindfulness or problem solving helps redirect energy to productive actions. For example, athletes often use visualization techniques to stay in the moment and just black out worry about failure and focusing on what they can control. By addressing problem today, we become better equipped to handle tomorrow. Refer to the quotation, "Worry never robs tomorrow of its sorrow, it only saps today's of its strength." So my personal story showed how worry drained my energy and actually not helped me on actually being prepared for the exam. It actually made me actually do worse, and way worse than I even expect. Psychological evidence explain that the harmful effect of a chronic worry, even if it's physiological or mental, like physical or mental. Focusing on the present provided a way to reclaim strength and solve problems effectively. So the next time you find yourself laying awake, worrying, just ask yourself one question: is this helping me or not? Or is just sapping my strength? Focusing on what, or is just sapping my strength? Actually focus on what you can do today, create a better tomorrow.